Micklow, and I'm here with Charlie Harper from the UK Subs. In the early days, you actually started out as a hairdresser and a busker. What would your life have been like had you taken that path instead of being the front man of one
I've
of...
been in hospital really with a bad back, but the busking kind of led me into kind of rock kind of music, because we used to on a Saturday night in London, we used to kind of we were underground in the like subway station, subway tunnels and stuff, and we'd finish and come up to the pub, spend our money, and there'd be an electric band up there.
Yeah.
And we thought, hey, we can do that, and so we started an electric band, and that was the beginning of it, really. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, so in that time, going to shows like the Yardbirds and the Rolling Stones, what eventually got you into punk rock?
It all began with this lesbian club.
Okay.
It's called Shagarama, right? And we used to go down there because it was on a Friday night. They had live bands, and they weren't so fussy. If the boys looked very kind of feminine or like coloured hair or whatever, we could get in pretty easy.
Yeah.
Well, you couldn't, it was that kind of bowie time where you couldn't tell if it was a boy or girl anyway. So a lot of the girls had moustaches, so, it was a kind of complete blur, So we used to go down there just for a late night drink, and it's great music, they play great music. And so one day we turned up there and it all changed, and it was called the Roxy.
Okay.
And then we found out, wow, there's bands on every night. So, it became our kind of main haunt. And I went to my kind of R&B stroke blues band, and I said, look, you've got to come and see these bands. This is the future of rock and roll, and I found it very exciting. And they came down and they had the same idea and said, yeah, let's be a punk rock band. And that was it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the sound was just so much more raw and
That's it. It's raw, back to the bone, no kind of gadgets or, bending notes and stuff like that. Was just raw.
Yeah, and it was
cheap and nasty.
Yeah, in a time where, things were a little bit more melodic, you come into that and it just feels like dangerous and exciting.
Yeah, close up, yeah.
That's cool.
There's a lot of things about the rock scene at the time which were bad, rich big rock stars, and the whole scene was, there's a word for it, and just stale, antiquated. It's just over.
Yeah.
And it's great because punk rock kind of wiped out a lot of that stuff. There's some great bands around, but they died.
Yeah, and then you came.
Yeah, now we're the dinosaurs.
No, you guys are legends. So kind of how did the UK Subs get started? What were the steps that went into that? When you said, I want to change our sound, like, guys, let's do something more like this. Was it accepted at first? Or?
Yeah, because we were playing these biker pubs. So playing basically rock and roll, a lot of Chuck Berry, Bo Diddley and that, and they were all bopping to it. Right?
Yeah.
They were like dancing away. And then we kind of changed. Well, there was one time where the guitarist got a brick thrown at him.
Did it hit him? Did it land?
No, I don't think it hit him. No,
that's good.
I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, so it did frighten him. Yeah, it did frighten him. And that was one. And that was a kind of real heavy duty pub where, you had to be a kind of biker or a rocker to kind of get in there, And then there was another pub called Castle. Not the Dublin Castle, that was later on.
Yeah.
But I think it was just called the Castle. Yeah, the Castle Tooting, yeah.
Okay.
And we were, on a Friday night, there'd be like 20 bikes lined up,
Oh, wow.
And so playing like rock and roll, and then we kind of metamorphosis, thing. We do some rock and roll. We had 6 songs of our own, but they were kind of, because they were kind of high energy, but instead of just the bikers dancing, everyone started dancing,
Yeah.
And there was little girls at the back kind of nodding their heads, sort of shaking their heads. So punk rock, you know. And, this is good. And what happened was, you know, we wrote a couple of songs, and we were at the bar having a drink, and people were going out, leaving, going, "Stranglehold on me, stranglehold on me." Fucking hell, they're singing that, not singing the great Chuck Berry song, they're singing our songs, you know. So
Yeah.
and I thought, wow, that's great. So
That's amazing.
We carried on.
Yeah. Well, so you guys recently released an EP that was your first independent release, and was it crowdfunded, right? It was pledge funded. What went into making that, and do you think you'll do more independent releases?
No. Oh, no. We're kind of over that now.
Yeah.
We found that, we done all the work and they take all the money at the end of it. Well, you know, they take a great deal of the money for doing fuck all, really. You know.
Yeah.
The band have got their own label. Not my label, I've got my own label, but they've got their own label.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens. It'd be interesting to see how it works. Because I did offer to fund the whole thing, and but they said, no, we've got our own label, so great.
That's great.
Straight after this, next week, Tuesday, we go home Monday, and Tuesday we go to the studio to do this new, it's going to be a 5-track, 12-inch.
So what went into writing these new songs? Are they any different than what you've previously been writing, or is it more of the same style of UK subs?
No, I hope we move on. I hope we move up a bit, because I was getting pretty bored of what we're doing. That's why I said, look, we do A to Z, and then everyone does their own thing. That was a basic idea. And then you probably know Cleopatra Records in
Yeah,
LA.
I do, yeah.
They offered us to do this covers album. We go in the studio and knock out this covers album in a couple of days. So that's what we basically done. But I said to the guys, look, we don't want to skimp on this. I want it done well, and they did. They've done. Cleopatra were really happy with it, and in fact, they suggested doing another one.
That's amazing. So last question I have for you. I saw on your Instagram that you kind of have a whistle that you're known for. And
oh, shit, yeah.
I can't whistle. Can you show me your whistle? I can't whistle at all, so you won't be able to teach me.
Scare everybody.
Oh, come on, I want to hear it.
That was a little one.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. This is amazing. I love you so much.
That's great, thanks. This is Charlie Harper from the UK Subs, and you are watching Last Rockers TV.